Hearing a lot from the president about some of these investments in the U.S. Some of those investments also involve the tech space. What are you hearing there in Davos about the idea of tech companies internationally really investing here in the United States?
Look, Frank, for the first time in 30 years, U.S. is ahead of China when it comes to tech because of the AI revolution. And I think, there's one chip in the world fueling the AI revolution. Godfather of AI, Jensen, NVIDIA. You look at Microsoft, you look at Palantir and others. And I think that's really what I'm hearing here at Davos in terms of talking to tech leaders. More and more, how do they invest in AI? And the biggest beneficiary of that is U.S. tech stocks.
All right. I want to talk about your most recent note that you wrote from Davos. Obviously, it's kind of informed by some of the conversations that you're having there at the World Economic Forum. Now, this was interesting. You say in 2026, chips are going to take leadership and also software is going to take leadership. We've seen software under quite a bit of pressure. I was speaking to a lot of different tech investors and tech voices, including Ben Reitzes most recently. He said the real issue when it comes to software is that AI is reducing the number of seats in every company. What are you hearing there that's changing your opinion or maybe informing your opinion about software where everybody else has some concerns about it?
Yeah, look, there's a clear concerns, but look what Palantir has done. I mean, front and center. I mean, the use cases are being led by software. And I think MongoDB, Snowflake, and some other good examples of it. Look, is it a back against the wall for a ServiceNow, for a Benioff and Salesforce? Yeah, but I believe this is actually going to be a year where I think software surprises. Right now, New York City cab driver, even the Davos cab driver is bearish on software stocks. I think that's actually going to be a big trade in terms of bullish that we are going into this year.
All right. I want to talk about some breaking news as well. Reports crossing just about an hour ago that Alibaba plans an IPO of its chip unit, its AI-focused chip unit. The timing certainly is interesting because the World Economic Forum is very U.S.-focused. We're hearing from a big Chinese company. What do you make of that? What does that mean for the chip trade and the chip complex globally?
Yeah, Frank, it speaks to my view. You have to own some of the China plays. Alibaba's actually been one of our favorite plays in the Ives AI 30. I think they are front and center as a huge beneficiary in terms of China tech. Look, in this AI arms race, obviously it's U.S. tech, but it's also China tech as well, Baidu and others. And I think it speaks to our view. Look, this is in a 9-inning game. It's third inning, one out in the AI revolution. This is not a bubble. I've seen it at CS. I see it here at Davos. It's actually accelerating into this year. I think investors are, underestimating, both in the U.S. and China, about this AI party we talk about. Still only 10:30, 10:45 p.m., goes to 4 a.m.
You continue to go with that metaphor, Dan. I do want to also ask you more broadly about some of the dips that we've seen when it comes to tech. We had a guest on earlier saying, yes, there's sometimes you should buy the dip, but you should also be taking some profits. So at this point, I know you're always saying it's the early innings when it comes to this. It's the fourth industrial revolution. But at this point, with some of the big run-ups we've seen in tech stocks and some of the volatility that could be coming up this year, is now the time to take some money off the table?
I don't think it is, Frank. Look, my view, the next few weeks, it is going to be a monsterly bullish earnings season for tech. And I think that's not factored in. Look at Microsoft, the way it's trading. I think look at some of the hyperscalers. You look at the second, third, fourth derivatives that we see across tech, Nebius and some others. I do not think it's the time to take chips off the table. I look at NVIDIA. I think that's a stock we've talked about. It's a lot of sort of upside here, AMD and others. This is the time to sort of own the winners. Do not panic. In my opinion, especially coming after this week in Davos, more bullishness with, I think, a better geopolitical backdrop relative to, 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah, in all fairness, I think it'd be hard for you to get more bullish than you already are. I know you have your Ives 30, but very quickly, can you give us one or two picks that you see really shining in this earnings season coming up as we await for more tech earnings? Obviously, we already had Netflix, but we're still waiting for the Mag 7.
I think cybersecurity, CrowdStrike, front and center. I think that's going to be, a name that's going to shine. And then I also look at, to me, I think Microsoft's going to be the one where everyone thinks it's negative right now, the way that stock's selling off. I think that is going to be a clear standout. Microsoft and CrowdStrike, those are the two that I highlight.